Damn, look at that fancy ass stream overlay. Well, this is the Denmark versus Italy group stage match here. I'm not sure if this is the one where you could the higher group stage or the lower group stage. I think with their seeding like the lower group stage, where the winners of this group stage will advance to the losers, and I am correct in that fact while looking at the sheets. Lumen.
Yep, that's right.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello, hello. So this is going to be of the like contender groups, as they're called, or as I like to call them, honestly, the lower groups, where, as Valine was saying, there's basically the top two from each of these groups, E through H, are going to be advancing to the losers bracket to have one life remaining in the bracket, and then the bottom two are going to be eliminated. Fortunately for Italy and Denmark, they both are the top two qualifier seeded teams in their respective group. Denmark actually being the highest seed of the four seeds that are kind of like the second highest in all of groups A through H. So this is going to be a really close match seeding wise. Like, to start out, Italy got 27th and Denmark got 29th seed from qualifiers. So hoping to see a pretty close match today. And to quickly get into the protects and bans, as you're already seeing them up on screen here, we've got Italy protecting Free Mod 1 and banning No Mod 5 and No Mod 3, while Denmark protected Hidden 2 and banned GT1 and 4. We got the No Mod 2 first pick already out from Italy.
Okay.
Valine, what do you think of this pick here?
Yeah, I mean, with Italy protecting that Freeman 1, I'm assuming is that the same map. That is like kind of tappy-ish for that Fremont 1, but for this particular Nomad 2, it's more of that flow aim heavy stuff. But it's surprising that they banned that Nomad 3, if I'm remembering correctly, if it's a flow aim map or not. But yeah, this Nomad 2, even though it isn't the BPM that would really strain yourself with this being 170 BPM, it is still pretty flow heavy to consider. So in a way, you know, a lot of these players will have to be really consistent on that their own flow aim here. Yeah, it's just Nomad 3, Nomad 4, and then there's a Hidden 2 protect. Who protected Hidden 2? Was it
That was Denmark.
Denmark. It's interesting that they both teams would ban like Nomad 3, Nomad 4, which is like, I guess you can say have some breeding checks in there as well, but. Never mind with that. We already have our rosters here for the Nomad 2 on a custom, actually, by Kane, or Kiwis, as some people might know him.
Oh yeah, do I still have the message copy pasted? Sick, I do. Yeah. So shoutouts Kiwis for the custom Nomad 2. I just posted with the 5WC 2026 channel all 6 of the customs in this pool. So pretty much the entire Nomad category, other than Nomad 3, is custom maps, and Hidden 1 was also a custom. So you gotta imagine at some point of the map pool showcase, we had 6 maps shown and 5 of them were customs, and then it just tapered off and Hard Rock 2 came out from there.
Yeah.
But I would say Nomad 2, as we just start out right now, it's definitely not like your just standard constant stream spacing. Like, a lot of spacing changes, a lot of really interesting cuts here.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like have this kind of Nomad 2, you would need some sort of stamina pick in that map pool. But I believe there is that kind of stamina pick in the map pool in DT2, kinda. I mean, at this SR, you can't expect a lot of stamina here. But in terms of the flow in right now, Minion not really doing great at the moment, but it's still like a 6k score difference. The map is still pretty long, not really anything to worry about. But I mean, a break from Laura Riv is just not a great start at the moment.
It's gonna possibly flip lead back to Denmark, but it does overall look like Freywak and Poof are going to hold strong for Italy to at least give them a chance heading into the midway points of the map.
It's been okay. Yeah, it's pretty even in terms of the combo, but never mind. The Freeway did just break there, so that's one of the big combos gone, and it's just Love John with themselves with the supporting combo of Basic, and it's just Poof left with their own recoveries, but not enough to really combat that Love John FC at the moment, with Loriv just still putting them in the back at the moment. And this is the Italy pick, so as this map is approaching the halfway point. It is looking a little worrying right now, as that score difference is already 149k and rising, especially with these big combos of Love John and Basic still increasing and not stopping whatsoever here.
Right, and reminder, this is all on Italy's pick, so Denmark looking to start the matchup with a break point, which would be huge for their purposes.
Yeah, and in terms of that really hard qualifiers that, you know, a lot of people love that qualifiers, but you know, it's Italy did get like a 60k score difference ahead of Denmark in terms of the average team score here. So, you know, I think in a lot of ways you would kind of expect Italy to kind of lead ahead in this, in terms of this kind of picks here, in terms of the mechanics pick. But this flow is like quite, you know, in the gimmicky side in terms of the SR here, and you know, with Minion not really doing great, especially with that Ak, and also with Poof as well. It's just not really looking great for this Italy first pick.
Yeah, it's still going to be Basic with the 4-digit combo right now, holding through the space streams and continuing Denmark's lead domination here. Still going, and while others struggle as well, Xtrullor on Italy the only close combo to Basic.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone else will reset.
Yeah, Love Gun, even though Love Gun did just miss, I mean, that big combo was just such a deciding factor for the side of Denmark to get this first break point here. I mean, Laura unfortunately did just break there, but that wouldn't really matter too much for Basic still holding on to their own FCs at the moment. But yeah, this is just Basic having their own flow day right now, and compared to the rest of the competition at the moment.
And that'll seal it. 1-0 lead for Denmark on, and also Denmark's pick up next. Just crazy score from Basic. Great support on part of Lothjohn, and just overall strong performance from Denmark, especially for one of the lower seeded teams in these groups that are marked as contender groups.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, yeah, I mean, Italy, they are more consistent. It seems to like do really well in like a team environment here to gain these scores. I mean, they're like Tuchka is like a score is like the lowest, so maybe like it could be like a lower for Italy. Maybe like the nerves got to them. It is like that first map nerves does exist here, and right away Denmark already picked their protect and the hidden two of the reading map. I mean, I don't know what else to say here, but we gotta check the stats to see the hidden two comparisons.
I guess while Villian's checking that, I'll note that I normally expect teams to kind of hold on their protect more so until like they kind of just, you know, need a bit of a comeback per se. I feel like Denmark picking it right as their first pick could be somewhat because of the point difference. Second criteria for groups qualifying, essentially not just winning. It's not like any bracket matches where just winning the match matters the most, but you also have to keep in mind that if there's a tie between teams in the same, where they have the same number of wins at the end of the group stage, the next criteria for placement of those teams in the group becomes the point differential. In other words, the difference between the amount of points that you win in all of your matches minus the amount of points that you lose. So it creates heavy incentive for teams to win their matches as fast as possible, which, you know, so you'll probably expect to see for the rest of group stage a lot of teams take that approach of just pick your absolute best maps as early as possible.
Yeah, I mean, this is also like a way to maybe exceed their momentum as well from off of that breakpoint and that Nomad 2 that Italy just picked. And in terms of that hidden two stats from the qualifiers, so we see that Denmark 1.9 million team score compared to Italy 1.7 million, so about a 200k score difference between these two teams. So we do expect Denmark to be better here in terms of the hidden two, but with this SR being low, there could be some contestable aspects that can happen, especially with that Noma 2 getting breakpointed right away here, and especially with these teams closely seated together. Interesting. might be missing a player. Not sure if that's a Bancho thing or it's just
It's looking like Bancho.
Yeah, could be. Or okay, so we should expect a abort soon. I don't think it has been 30 seconds, right?
No, it's definitely not been 30 seconds. Chat, in case you didn't hear Aquii's voice, yeah, he was just letting us know that that was in fact a DC. So we're just waiting on the abort. Okay.
Right? It should be an abort. And in terms of like the team, the score individual here is like, okay, yeah. Or that's interesting. I mean, huh? We will have to check the MP maybe to see what was happening. But you know, in terms of like team score here, I mean, the
MP
Denmark
says that Poggy joined the match 30 seconds after the map started.
That's unlucky. So it is 30 seconds.
Oh no, I mean like they rejoined the match. Like basically the map started with only 3 Italians in the lobby. That's at least what the MP is telling me by looking at it. It's in chat for anyone else to go check if you want.
Yeah, I mean we'll have to wait and see what our refs has to say here. But you know, the 600k score difference isn't really. I mean, even though maybe the circumstances are a bit unlucky for Italy, but yeah, 600k, 700k right now. I mean, it is in the favor of the side of Denmark, but maybe not ideal for Italy to be missing their player here.
Honestly, like, do you just give Denmark the win here? They won without Poggy in the lobby by 1.26 million. Like,
or maybe the ref was just enforcing that, you know, you're just running down timer. You can't really just join last minute. It seems that's what the chat in the chat is implying right now.
well, good on all the players for not just stopping because they thought there'd be an abort, but still playing it out. It's always good to remember that essentially, you know, you're not in full control of like how the ref chooses to rule in the moment on something like that. So it's just always good from a player perspective. Keep at it and going.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess the silver lining is really Italy would have lost with Poggy in the lobby for sure. Like they lost by 1.2 million on 4v3 there. So it's not like it, you know, is like a, oh, if Poggy played, like they would have won.
what?
Wait, Aquiii, confirming that your voice can be heard on stream, right? Okay. Yeah, so the match did in fact start 3v4 for Hidden 2 there.
Maybe they were running down the timer, and I guess the ref was enforcing that kind of rule here. Well, that's a bit unfortunate on the side of Italy here, but they right now opted to pick their Protect in that Fremont 1.
I guess while we're waiting for the Hidden 1 to start, I'll at least call out that, or sorry, the Fremont 1 to start. I'll at least call out that there's a Free FC from Denmark on that Hidden 2. Like, for a contender like level team, that's really, really good. Overall, there's just a great team score from Denmark. Probably going to scare a lot of other teams in the group into either banning Hidden 2, or they're just going to keep protecting and keep getting their free point the same way.
Yeah. Got Banchoed. Yeah, it could be a Banjo moment, but for now, I mean, they wouldn't. I mean, it can be a tilt factor here. to when the refs are enforcing their the rules here. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see on the mods. 4 mods required. Hidden hard rock doesn't really count as what is it? Hard rock or?
That's right. So Hidden Hard Rock no longer counts as 2 mods. So as someone pointed out in questions chat, actually, it's effectively forced mod unless you have an easy hidden. That is the only way that you can actually like increase the number of mods that you're essentially like deemed to have. So it pretty much just becomes at least one person needs to hard rock, at least one person needs to hidden, and there's no way basic just missed all that, right?
I mean, with the hidden mod, it does come with the baggage of the volatility being so high in this kind of map here, with this kind of flow ulti map.
Yeah, you're right. I remember this map. I was watching it during showcase. This thing looks absolutely demon for this pool, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, when I was playtesting it, and when the portalers were like asking like, "Hey, playtesters, is this a bit too hard?" Me personally, I did say this was a bit hard for the pool, but I guess other playtesters was like, "You know what? I think it's fine." But with 160k score differences already not looking too great on the side of Italy right now, especially with these combos coming in from Stealth and Loft John. But it should be comparable with this combos of Poof and Lorif. It's just the ACK, man. The 82 ACK on Poof is just not looking great on the Hard Rock side.
Yeah, it's just a really strong hold from everyone on Denmark here. It's really just been Poggy, actually, that's missed, which is unfortunately the player that got banchoed earlier. Really hope that it's not affecting their mental too much, because, like, honestly, the way that I see it as an outsider is, like, might as well just stay locked in, because low-key, like, that hidden 2 wasn't going your team's way anyway. You guys just gotta, like, remember to just take all the other points that are just, like, gonna be a higher chance of you winning than, like, that hidden 2. Yeah, but either way, Denmark is doing a very good job on this map.
Yeah, even though Lockdown did just miss there is a combo advantage towards the side of Team Red. It's just that ACK is not really doing them really well. And with that Poof miss as well, it's just going to be solidified this maybe Denmark breakpoint once again here with this Stealth ACK as well. Really impressive ACK, by the way, of 99.41 to really gain your score advantage much higher here compared to Laura Reliv's 93 here.
Stealth is still holding. It's the end of the map, so it's going to be it. Denmark's going to take a 3-0. And that's going to be a second break point for Denmark. And just a really great start to the match for Denmark, and basically the worst thing you could have imagined for Italy. I don't really typically like calling out something for its negativity, but Poof with the C rank, I will say, like, crazy good combo, but that's going to probably have tanked their score. Like, not enough to have won the map, but probably by like 50 to 100k at least.
Yeah,
and Lord trying really hard there as well.
Yeah, they did try their best, but it's just unfortunate that they don't have that support and combos associated with them. I mean, maybe they're not much of a hidden team here compared to Denmark, and I mean, but this was their Protect after all, Italy's Protect, but unfortunately it got breakpointed again. So the momentum of Denmark is exceedingly high at the moment for a short of a match here, since this is what is it, best of 9? So,
yep, best of 9, first to 5.
Hidden 3 already on the side of Denmark, so maybe going off of the fact of that from a 1 result, we're opting in for this Hidden 3, even though this Hidden 3 is a little bit different compared to that Fremont 1 here.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. Like, nothing else to add. This just makes sense for Denmark here.
I mean, if what we're seeing is evidence about what Denmark has shown to us, they might be preferring more of the gimmicky side. Even though they did, I think, ban Nomad 4, or was it Nomad 3 or Nomad 4? I forgot. But, they were the teams that banned that mechanics Denmark.
Yep, Denmark banned Nomad 4.
Yeah, so it was interesting to see them ban that Nomad 4. Maybe it was a stats watch in the qualifiers results, but maybe it's just them not being comfortable. But also with them banning DT1, it is a show of signs that they aren't really comfortable with that mechanics, general mechanics side of things. Even though Noma 2 is considered a mechanics pick, that flow aspect of that map is pretty gimmicky in this SR. So it's looking great right now on the side of Denmark, and maybe even top it up to reach match point first on this hidden 3 pick.
I'm noticing a new Gaia 7 coming in for Italy. I think that's our first time seeing them making an appearance in this group stage.
So yeah, this map being like slight flow on the side of things, but also a little bit of a tech element as well here. So yeah, basing off of their Freema 1, so as I suspected, because of the flow aspects of this hidden 3, but it's that tech aspects that you have to consider as well. I mean, at the moment, it's so far so good. 3 FCs versus 2 at the moment, but it's still pretty early on into the match. Even though this map is pretty short here, length of 1 minute 39 seconds as the drain time. So there's still opportunities for Italy to probably bring this back, but you gotta hope that Denmark can just like somehow break apart, but poof. Instead, man, not looking great on the side of Italy and also Poggy as well.
Once again, just looking really good for Denmark as they hold 2 FCs compared to Italy's none. And this is a short map, we're only 2/3 in, so Denmark with a slight lead, but it could increase significantly with any Italy misses and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, it's such an incredible act on Stealth here on 99, and not really slowing down on their own momentum of doing really well in this match, including Lofton just like supporting them, even though despite that miss, a 500k score difference is already one of the nails in the coffin on this match here. Will the next one be the last nail? Who knows? But Italy, it's about time. You got to get your own pick here to win your own pick to keep it competitive.
And that map can pretty much be summarized by Stealth and Lofton just simply held longer than everyone else in the Kaai at the end of the 2-minute song.
Yeah.
And the HR3 pick. Ooh.
Okay.
Reminder to everyone that this is a bit of a tapping map. Not just a bit. It is a tapping map.
It is indeed a tapping map. Thus when a lot of most. I think old 5-digits might know this map, because a lot of the newer 5-digit tournaments are trying to avoid quote-unquote overpooled maps. This, I think, is considered overpooled, but also I think this is overpooled in the context that the song is has been pooled for so long for these kind of maps here. But with this Hard Rock 3 210 BPM tapping here, there is a bit of a strain factor to consider with that OD10 to consider. So your technique matters a lot here because the act matters so much more in terms of gaining your Hard Rock score. And I think we can say that we can probably ignore that free mode 1 aspect of the Hard Rock on the side of Italy, because that was quite the ulti map that might not be very comfortable for maybe the newer tournament players here. But yeah, this one should be quite comfortable if you know how to tap.
Very, very true. I would say, even as more of a NOMELON 2 player myself and not a Hard Rock player at all, this would be one of the first 4 maps I pick in this pool in a 1v1. And yeah, I guess I'd also like to comment on, especially because it's 4-0 Denmark already, and I would say if you're Italy right now, one, I like the pick being this so different from the other 4 maps that we've played so far. Really just sets up a clean slate to try to just swing momentum back in your favor. 2, every point counts in group stages because of the point differential matters that I was talking about earlier in this match. Even if you hypothetically lose this match, the more points you win, the better of a position to in the event of a win-loss tie event.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So Italy gaining more points here would be very very much good. I mean, Italy, I suspected they picked that Freeman 1 protect because maybe it was like maybe too hard for the pool and like they don't think that Denmark could play it well. But Denmark, being that gimmick side of the team here, doing really well for themselves at the moment for this matchup against Italy here. They're, I think their hardest matchup for this group here.
And also, I want to comment that this is the map that by far has had the most roster swaps compared to any map before. Pretty sure this is my first time seeing Dansu Flame and Minion on the side of Italy, and also Raz and Sudkas on the side of Denmark.
Yeah, so with this being like a little bit overstocked for the pool, 6.25, you know, you should expect some kind of a little bit more of a straining effect here on this map. You know, a little bit more longer streams for these 210 BPM stream map here. But you know, Minion missing, you know, not really looking great at the moment with, and I mean, there's that basic trade though, so it's still like a 3 it's like a 3 FC versus 2 FC versus 1 recovery, but the recovery did just miss, but also traded with the Shiro FC as well. So Italy's still keeping it competitive here as long as those 2 FCs are still kicking it for Italy here.
It's just Sudkas and Raz on the side of Denmark. Sudkas actually really missed very early in the map. Poof and Freywak on the side of Italy holding double FC, keeping Italy in this and trying to avoid the sweep here as Denmark remains in a very, very small lead as another miss from Shiro is looking to possibly swing it. The players are going to see the 14k score gap between each other as we head into the final parts of the Kaai. Another miss from Minion, increasing lead on Denmark's side by quite a bit as Raz both drop, and that's going to flip into Italy very quickly, barring any other misses from anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit worried about that free break act though, but man, him still FCing throughout this map is really helping out the side of Italy right now with this 100k score difference and helping out Proof as well to really solidify this point here, a point that is necessary for them to bring themselves back into this match.
Seriously, how have they not missed on like a reverse slider? Freywak finally misses on increased spacing, but it's not going to matter. Italy's in the lead by 300k and they're finally getting on the board in this match. Freywak with the freaking 87% near FC on God. I freaking kneel, man.
Look at that 3B rank. Oh my God.
The S rank, the 3B ranks.
If this was AquWinCon, they would not win this, but unfortunately it scores. So, Italy, they can breathe a sigh of relief on this Hard Rock 3 pick here. But, that was quite close. That was quite close indeed.
Who trying to get in Denmark's heads here with the thanks Jutecast and Jutecast going nope back, completely phased. We're gonna see Denmark pulling out what could be their last pick or their second last pick match. I think they just avoid speed, frankly, after what just happened.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they did ban that DT1. Even that DT1 isn't really that aim heavy. It's more like the slider to like, it's almost an alt adjacent kind of, with the way that it's mapped, but there is some burst in there as well. A high BPM burst, I think 260-ish. So it's understandable that they would ban it if they're not comfortable with the tapping, but you know, I mean, act-wise, Denmark looked quite more comfortable than Italy, because Italy did get the 3B ranks on it, but maybe it's just the OD10. So, who knows?
So, Hidden 1 or Freematsu, would you think?
I mean, as long as Italy... Yeah, as long as Italy has like a reading player, but despite... actually, they would need like at a minimum... I think they do have 2 reading players because they did kind of decent on that Hidden 2. Even though that there was an unfortunate circumstance concerning that map. But yeah, Freemat 2 quite predictable here for the Denmark side to lean into their gimmick prowess here.
I just for some reason had a feeling Hidden 1 was like not happening here because it would just be like kind of too just regular aim, like, you know, players typically find that to be risky. So yeah, the Fremont 2 pick coming out. I honestly don't know these rosters well enough to read if either of them are going to pull out some easy mod shenanigans.
Well, let's look at the sheet and see if the easy multiplier is justified here. It seems like it's not really justified with that 1.4x multiplier for easy, and easy hidden is 1.8. So, yeah, and I
A 1.4 for no mod. Sorry, what?
for easy, sorry.
Oh, okay. Or like, sorry, like I mean, like easy without hit. Yeah, is 1.4.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think it's worth it here. It's only worth it if you're really comfortable, like really comfortable in FCA. So to gain that score to your side, but at the same time, you only get like a max like 700k score, I think. So yeah, I shouldn't bet on anyone taking on it easy here. Like, you know, only like the top teams will be taking easy hidden, like not only on the Fremont 2, but like even on the Fremont 1 and Fremont 3. Like Russia over there, they have Sound Boomer. Like, holy shit, they can do that.
Honestly, I see why they did it in 1.4 easy for this. The difficulty name is !ignore V2B. That just tells me, like, without even remembering what happened during the showcase, like, this is probably going to be the most old style of old style, like, CS5 AR8 maps, and we're about to witness, like, the most easy mod cheesable map in the game. Yeah, okay, CS5 AR8 OD8. Alright, yeah, it's already looking pretty. Yep, okay, here it is. Yeah,
so,
this makes sense, actually.
Yeah, you know, with this kind of map and with the length of it being 3 minutes long, there isn't that much of a combo density to really know right home about. So it's all about your own consistency here to really gain much of those bigger combos to really support your team to get these points. You know, 2 hidden, 2 hard rocks, not. Oh, 3 hidden, 1 hard rock on the side of Denmark here. Understandably so, with them being more on the gimmicky end here. Where are the no mods? Well, 4 mods are required for free mods, so unfortunately we won't see a no mod here.
Another miss from Minion on the side of Italy. I don't even think the map's really picked up that much yet.
Yeah. But Poggy and Poggy and Minion, I just like missing on these like really straightforward patterns here. Maybe it's just a hidden where the volatility is high. 67k score difference right now. Ignore that number. But yeah, it's just 4 FCs versus 2. It's not really looking great for the prospect of Italy at the moment, especially with Minion still missing here. It would be really nice for them to, you know, still hold on to their own combos.
And this is just a slow death right now for Italy as they just sit and watch as the 4-way FC continues for Denmark in... Never mind Rasmus, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hard rock miss though. And they're actually getting stove too, so now it's looking a little bit even now, even though... well, I mean, there's a full reset on those 2 players from each team that are broke, so... Even though the early combo games from Stuff and Raz is helping this 200k score difference out right now, so you have to hope here for Proof and Lorelev to, first of all, I think FC the rest of the way with the map and Basic and Lofton just like maybe break as well. But it would have been so much more nicer if Puggy and Minion just kept on their own supporting combos as well. So it's gonna be hard for Proof and Lorelev to catch up here.
Yep, it's just going to be the Hard Rocks on Italy. Can they beat out the Hiddens on Denmark?
Yeah, and especially with this hidden too. I mean, it is comparable act as well, so you know they are getting the same amount of score here, kind of. Even with the Hard Rock, there is a slight more score multiplier, but you know that 200k score difference isn't really changing at all, man. And with this map having little to no combo density, you know, these combo games are just really helping out the side of Denmark much more here.
Exactly, because Basic and Lothjohn, they know the assignment. They just have to hold and they win the entire match. Like, that's so much more chill than being in Italy's perspective as Poof and Lorelev on nerves have to try to hit Hard Rock while essentially the entire match is on the line. And they know if they miss, like, it's probably over. Even if they don't miss, it could still be over for them.
I don't think there's enough confidence needed to bring back.
Wait a minute, that was a lot of misses from Denmark at the end there.
Yeah, but
the map will come.
Yeah. Even though that 200k score difference dropped down to 100k, Denmark will be the one to be victorious in this matchup between Italy and Denmark here on this group stage match. But you know, Italy still have more opportunities to bring it back as well. You are one of the top 2 seeded teams here in your own group, so yeah. Dancho mishap in the weekend, that's typical stuff right there.
Yep. Fortunately for Italy, they pretty much have to now beat the other 2 members of their group, which will be other teams that are even lower seeded from qualifiers in the range of like 33 to 40 to try and make a push for the bracket.
Yeah.
Denmark's chances of making the bracket just significantly shot up.
Very true, very true. But yeah, Denmark's just sticking to the roots, sticking to their own advantages of them being really well versed in the gimmick side. But you know, for now, we can give them their flowers for just temporarily. You know, they're still battling out for that bracket stage spot here. But yeah, congrats to Stealth, Base Sigma, Angel, Amogus, Draco, Lovejohn, Raz, Chuska, and Shiro on this win here, and that will be it for us, I believe. Oh, it died. Uh-oh, stream just died.
Alright, GG.
Yeah.
Are we done, Aquiii?
Oh, we're not done. Nope, we're not done. But yeah, that will be it for us. Thank you, Aki, for streaming. Thank you, Lumen, for joining me.
Yo, what the heck? I got baited into thinking we ended the stream because Aquii's going in chat being like, huh, it died. Anyway. Yo, honestly, let's go ahead and commentate that right now. Yeah.
All right, we're balling then.